thank our sponsor for halftime. Second half action coming up on CRN, the Community Radio Network from Wendell.
Carolina Security Consultants is your residential security consultants leader. Our security assessment is custom tailored for each project. Give Danny a call, 336-312-5326. Make sure to tell them 3 and Out sent you.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
Second half action ready to go here in Wendell. Comets, Pirates, women, basketball, men coming up next. CRNsports.org. Welcome back to our coverage. Daniel Moore, Wesley Outland on the call. Trace Nye running the boards, getting ready for the other game. The men coming up next here. And the basket shoots, whistle, and a foul. Foul on number 34 of Miller. You like holding the papers, Daniel. I just kind of keep them in front of me so I can just see them here. I got to keep my hands free.
I have to hold them.
Dramatic here.
I
like the pantomime here. Put some more excitement into it. For those that are listening to the broadcast, I'm literally shaking my hands here. Put excitement into it. 7:40 in regulation remaining here in the third period. Shot just made by number 32 for the Comets of Delaney Eves, the 5'10 sophomore power forward. Point is good. Comets up by 7, bouncing off the top of the kim of the rim, and it'll be no good for Eves on the second shot. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, and so far, we haven't really seen anything coming out of halftime so far. But
touch made by Todd for the Comets, last touch, and give the ball back to the Pirates.
I will be interested to see how Clayton comes out, and like Coach said, he's kind of putting a few things on them and how they're playing at the moment. But see how they come out.
Shot made by Adams. Adams goes up, no good. Gives it back to the Comets on the rebound. Takeaway by Eves. Eves to Washington. Washington to Watkins. Powers away to the basket. No basket. They'll call a charge. And there is a penalty on the Comets. Marlon Lee is like, come on, ref. What were you thinking here?
Yeah, I certainly didn't see a charge there.
Charge being called on Watkins. Gives the ball back to the Pirates. That is also 1-1 on fouls for the second half of play so far in the game. Robertson, here comes battle for the ball, jump ball. No, they're not. Well, yeah, they did. They called jump ball. They're going to give it back to Clayton.
And a good
nice scrimmage down there.
Yeah, and again, good defense by Adams again. She has come to play defense tonight, that's for sure.
Adams with the ball, sets it up inbounds. Gives it to Eves. Eves goes back inside, hands it off to Eves again. Eves now back to Watkins. Defense was Ramsey for the Pirates, struggling. Ramsey now trying to hold off Watkins under the basket. She can't stop her, puts it up, 2 points good. It's a 9-point game.
Yeah, and so Clayton has to
go ahead, continue your thought. I just want to take a break.
Yeah, no, we had something going on, but yeah, so Corinth-Holders has to come out and play, other than Adams, like we were talking about earlier, needs to play a complete game. Everybody on the team. Adams is playing hard defense, but
6:30 in the third. Washington sets it up to Watkins, back inside to Todd. Todd goes to Adams on the Pirates. Takeaway made. Watkins goes out of play, gives it to Washington. Back to Todd, back to Watkins again. Shot for three. First field goal of the 2019 season made. Nope, correction. They're going to say it's a 2-point shot. 2-point shot now for Todd and Watkins there. So nobody has made a 3-point field goal in the game so far today.
Not yet so far. They're shooting within the perimeter.
Got excited for nothing. I thought it was a 3. Give it back to the Pirates. Bird will bring it in bounds. Bird under pressure. Watkins and Washington. Now Adams. Adams gets the ball in play. Bends it back to Bird again. Defense by Todd. Way to the top of the key. Hands it back to Adams. Adams has got Watkins, Washington, and Hedinger to deal with. 3-lady pressure. Now on Bird. Bird goes back to number 32 of Ramsey. Ramsey tries to go. In and out. Doesn't count. Give the ball back to Clayton. Hedinger up court with it. Now a three-lady pressure on the Pirates. She's on her own, standing there. Gets to Washington. Washington goes to the ground. Tries to go for the shot. Lay up under the key. Couldn't get it. Rebound. Give it back to Corinth-Holder. Back up court again. Adams, and 2 points are good.
And a good defense and turnaround and good offense by Adams.
Nice fast pace there for a moment. 3-point shot attempt made by Alexa Watkins. No good again, and give the ball back to the Pirates up court. 12 is the Pirates. 21 for the Comets. 5:15 in the third. Stoppage of play. Travel called on Bird for the Pirates, and give the ball back to Clayton.
Yeah, and those are the kind of mistakes that we've seen quite a few of tonight on both Corinth-Holders and Clayton's side. And, to win the game, it's not necessarily going to be win or lose for you if you can, but, continuing to do it could lose you a game down the road.
21-12, 5 minutes now in the third. Last touch by Hedinger. They're giving the ball back to Clayton. They're going to say it was last touch by Ramsey for the Pirates. Not courtside like normal. We're way, way up in the air. I'm actually kind of liking the eye in the sky view. I've had a TV monitor in front of me, like when I do all the TV broadcasts, I could be able to keep up with 1,000 points and coverage like that, which then we just end up calling what's on the monitor. But like this high advantage point here, aerial view. Thank you to all the hospitality from Corinth-Holder. Beautiful school, beautiful facility, great people. And just what recently opened for 7-8 years now. Corinth-Holder's been in operations, this school. 21-12, Pirates Gymnasium. To the line, Eves will shoot 2 and misses her first one. That's Delaney Eves, the 5'10 sophomore power forward for the Comets. She is the daughter of Clint Eves, who was one of the longtime principal and teachers of Clayton High School.
Oh, okay. A little history there.
Yes. Alumni of Clayton. It's like Coach Principal Dr. Benny Jones always says, no matter where you go, no where you end up, you're a Comet, you'll always be a Comet, you'll always remember being a Comet. So, wow, was that a travel or what? I do not know how that standed, but they let it count. And it did for nothing because the Pirates didn't get any points out of the deal, but Clayton will bring the ball back in play again. And it's going to be Washington going back to Todd. Todd goes, sets it up, and that is Hedinger. Hedinger will score the first 3-point of the 2019 season for the Comets.
So there it is there. So now it's out of the way for him.
Hedinger for Clayton. A 3-point shot. Mackenzie Hedinger. Several attempts made by Watkins to go for 3 and field goals, but finally the opportunity came. Mackenzie Hedinger to go for 3. It's a 12-point game, 24-12.
Yeah, and so now Clayton's starting to look like what they look like when they first come out for this game. Starting to play a little bit better defense and getting some opportunities to go in the bucket as well.
4-12 in the third.
Oh, loses the ball there.
Adams with the carry. Adams goes back to 22 for the Pirates. That's Gallons, the freshman, going back to Pirates, getting the ball back again. And last touch by Hedinger. 15 on the attempt to try to put the ball in.
And the student section is letting her know about it.
That's Stevens. And Stevens now goes to Bird. Bird goes all the way across the court. Watkins takes it away from Gallons. Watkins going for 2 under the basket. 2 points and good.
Very good play to see that opportunity.
26-12, 3:40 remaining here in the third period of Comets basketball on CRN. Slowing down the pace here a minute. Adams goes back to 15 of Stevens. Stevens goes to Thompson. Thompson now back to Adams again. Adams will set up and go to Bird. Bird top of the key going for 3. Nails it. First 3-point shot of the season goes to Hedinger on the Comets. Bird on the Pirates goes for the first field goal of the year in 31. And they're down by 9.
Yep, yeah, and the 3 points will help you get a little bit closer.
26-15, another shot going by Watkins. Watkins will go in another 3.
One of her own.
Finally, after 2 attempts missing in the first half, Third time's a charm. Alexa Watkins will go for three for the Comets. It's 26-15. Shot attempt made. The battles of threes continue. Another attempt going for three, but no for a two-point shot. Good by Innocent. Innocent Jr., number 30, puts it in for two. 29-17. Got something going here now, Daniel, with the team scoring quickly over and over again here.
Yeah, a little back and forth, and that's makes it a little more interesting.
29-17. Timeout on the court in the third. Clayton up by mere points, 8 points here as we go into the third. Continuing action, 2:35. Varsity men coming up next. Remember, tomorrow night we got Clayton against the Garner Magnet Trojans. I don't know who put Magnet in there, but it's a rivalry between the Comets and the Trojans. That game tomorrow night, we got you covered on CRN if you can't be there live. First home game of the year from Jeff Adams on Thursday. Clayton against South Garner Titans. 29-17. Basketball back into full force. Comets football went out in the first round against Southeast Guilford in a close game. A lot of people thought it was going to be a blowout by Southeast Guilford Falcons. But the Comets tried to hang in there with them. They lost 13-6 to end their season. Robert Sesame, the scrutiny, all of the craziness that the Comets organization went through before the season started with football. They hung in there, finished second in the Greater News 3A Conference, and then, of course, went out in the first round of the playoffs. But football over, now we go to basketball.
Well, like you said, on to basketball. But, in my opinion, it's not too bad to start out as a brand-new coach for the football team and still make it into the playoffs.
And to be under the scrutiny of all the craziness
Agreed.
that is going on as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
with everything else going on, that just multiplies it.
$29-17 on the score. Washington setting it up there. On pressure by Adams. Kaija Washington, she's going to be a top star, I think, for Clayton this year. She's talented. On coverage. Comets leading by 8 points now.
Showing her dribble moves.
And running the clock out as well. Washington just, what a move on Adams. Caught her asleep at the wheel.
And that's saying something considering how Adams has been playing tonight.
Todd tries to go for three. No good. And guess what happens? They get the rebound back. So Clayton stays with possession.
Well, if you hold
Under
the ball.
a minute in the third. What'd you say?
The longer you hold the ball, the less you have to worry about.
Running the clock down. Comets up by
everywhere.
8. About had a foul. They didn't call it. Unique Best goes back to Todd. Todd will go back to Best. Best with the ball now. Todd is on defense with Adams. Battle of the fives, as I said. And now Washington with the rock. On defense, number 4. Asleep at the wheel by Stevens. Under 30 seconds remaining in the third. 29-17. This game going along quite nicely. As, of course, Todd sets up. Washington looking. 29-17. Under 15 seconds remaining in the third. Washington with the ball. Pressure. Running the clock down. They've had the ball the last. She about went out of bounds, and she did, but they're going to keep it in play. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, still. Best goes back to Washington. Horn, what a great piece of offense, defense, and keeping the ball in play from going out of bounds. And they ran literally 90 seconds off the clock. Didn't score points, but they're up in front, and clock management just went away for the Pirates.
Yeah, Coach Marlon Lee for the Comets mentioned, that they weren't playing maybe the best they could right now, but it looks like to close out that period, I would say they played pretty good. Like you said, keep away, very important. The more you hold the ball, like I said, the less you have to worry about anybody scoring on you.
And as it stands right now, we will go into the final period of action with a score of 29-17. Daniel, kickoff of the second half. What's your thoughts of what Clayton and the Pirates are doing? That they're doing good or doing bad? They need to fix in this final period of action.
Well, I'd say they both fixed some of their defensive woes. If you ask me, I think they've kind of paid more attention to those in that quarter, and it'll be interesting to see, if the Pirates can muscle together some offense to start hacking away at this 12-point lead here and maybe come